Okay, we're gonna start. Everybody ready? Everybody have your bird seed that you got dropped off to today. Your link might have said Mad Science. Mad Science is actually tomorrow afternoon. Today is Feeling Crafty, and we are going to make a bird seed craft.
Don't drink your Diet Pepsi.
And don't drink the Diet Pepsi or eat the Mentos. It is for tomorrow's Mad Science experiment.
Is that clear?
All right. So if you would like to get into your kitchen and grab a measuring cup, you will need a 1/4 cup of water, which is this one. Yeah, nope, not yet. Okay, so we have in here a 1/4 cup of water, and we are going to turn it on to boil. It should only take a few minutes to boil.
2 or 3 minutes?
About 2 or 3 minutes to boil.
Yeah.
Turn it on high so it boils. In the meantime, you can take your string and your gelatin out of the bag. We are going to let the water boil, and once the water boils, we are going to add the gelatin. Also, while you are waiting, if you have a cookie cutter or a shape that you would like to use to shape your bird seed feeder, you can do that as well. You can use any shape. You can use your hands to shape it, or you can use a cookie cutter, whatever you have in your kitchen.
Don't forget it's hot. Don't boil your hands. There's no incident report.
No incident reports. Do not burn yourselves. Allow your staff to help you. Anything else you'd like to add, Felix? While we watch the water boil?
Boil.
Who do we have with us?
JP.
JP, are you doing the craft, or are you going to watch and do later? Anybody else?
Joanne.
JP's got like everything.
Cutter?
Yeah, he's got a cookie cutter.
Mike's doing all this stuff.
Tony's
Okay,
there.
That's good.
awesome.
Darren.
Awesome, guys. Glad you're all setting up. Our water is steaming, so it is going to boil very soon. So while you're waiting, you can set up your gelatin, your bird seed.
Get your cooking sheet ready.
You can get your cookie sheet ready. We have parchment paper. You can use whatever you have in the house. You don't have to be as dramatic as Felix. Okay, so our water is boiling. So we are going to add the gelatin into the water, and it's going to take about 1 or 2 minutes to dissolve. So if you'd like to mix that up, Felix, and we're going to let it, it's 1:05, so we're going to let it boil for 1 to 2 minutes. Another little stir, Felix. Until it's completely dissolved.
JP has a question.
Yes, yes, JP?
Okay.
1 second, we're just going to turn up your volume so I can hear you.
Do you want to ask again, JP?
What's that?
A 1/4 cup. A 1/4 of a cup. it almost all dissolved there, Felix?
Yeah.
Almost. So we'll leave the pot on, but we'll turn it off. It'll still boil for another 30 seconds or so. Try not to spill like Felix did.
Come on, Dina. Okay.
Is it all dissolved?
Yeah.
Okay, so once it's dissolved, we're going to take it off the heat and let it cool off for about 1 to 2 minutes. Just so we don't burn ourselves when we're taking it out. Does everyone have their water boiling and their gelatin in their water? Don't turn the fan. No.
Yeah, let's put up the kitchens.
Okay, we'll let everybody catch up while we're letting our water cool off. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Melissa.
So, Melissa, for what you missed, we have a 1/4 cup of water and we put it in a pot to boil. And then once it is boiling, we took our packet of gelatin, which was in your package, and you put it in the water for about 1 to 2 minutes while mixing it to let it dissolve. And right now, we have already done that, and we are waiting for our water to cool off a little bit. Okay, so is everyone ready for the next step? Okay, so with the bird seed, you're going to pour in your bird seed.
Just put gelatin in now.
Yeah, pour it all in, Felix. Don't burn
Okay.
yourself. Don't touch the hot pot, Felix. Don't forget, if you miss any of this, you can always watch us on YouTube later.
Okay. Good now.
Hi, Mel. Okay, so we've boiled our water. We've put the gelatin in the water, dissolved the gelatin, cooled off the water, and now our bird seed is mixed in. So it's not sticky yet because we have to let it set. So don't worry if it's not all sticking together. And then we will take our shapes. Maybe we should put it that way. That's faster. Okay, and we're going to pour it into our cookie cutters. Probably don't use your fingers because it's going to be hot. Get your staff or your parents to help you. And we're going to push it down in there. Spilled a little bit, that's okay. We're gonna fill it as much as we can. It's okay if you make a mess. Right, Felix?
Yeah.
Okay, so the next step, once you have this all ready, is it needs to sit in the freezer for 20 minutes. We are not going to sit here and watch them set in the freezer for 20 minutes. But once this is all done, we set it for 20 minutes. Then you can pull it out on the counter, leave it for about 10 minutes or so. And then you can put a hole wherever you choose, put the string through, tie it up, and you can put it outside on your tree or wherever you have.
Perfect.
Feel free to send us any chat messages or any comments or anything you have to say. You could also send us your pictures of your done product. We would love to see it.
Any comments?
Oh, and don't touch it like I just did because you'll get it all over your fingers.
If they put a hole, is it gonna crumble?
They put the hole in after.
No, but is it gonna crumble after?
No, it shouldn't. Like the gelatin will set and it'll stick. So yeah, it's not sticky now, but once you put it in the freezer and you take it out, the gelatin will have set and it'll stick together nicely.
You open the freezer? You have a space there?
We are going to put ours in the freezer. Careful putting it in the freezer, Felix.
I put it in the tray.
Okay. Oh, Felix is having trouble putting it in the freezer. He is requesting a tray. Maybe that's a good idea if you have a tray or something to put yours in the freezer. And that is your birdseed craft. So as I said,
Don't forget to clean the kitchen after you finish.
yeah, don't forget to help your staff and your parents clean up the kitchen. Does anybody have any questions?
Hello. Go ahead.
Yeah, what was the question?
Yeah, for today I hope it's gonna set up because we didn't have some stuff like the paper and the cards we need to paste or anything closer to that. So we'll do a chilled later. But thank you.
Okay.
So what can they use instead of a cookie cutter?
You can use anything instead of a cookie cutter. You could even like use a cup or shape it in a bowl, like the bottom of a bowl. It doesn't have to be a special shape.
Okay.
Did everybody like doing the craft? Yes? Yes, JP? What was that, JP? For about 20 minutes. For about 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, you're going to pull it out of the freezer, let it sit on the counter for about 10 minutes. Then you'll be able to poke a hole in it, put the string through the hole, tie it up, and hang it outside. And as I said before, we'd love to see your pictures of your done product. Any comments or pictures would be great. Any suggestions you have would be wonderful.
Sarah, when it gets long,
Try to get a picture of it.
Good job, guys.
Bonus points in a couple weeks when the weather's nicer to anybody who can send us a picture of a bird on their bird feeder. All right, thank you everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning for our 9:30 stretches. Bye guys.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
Depending where the squirrels are going to get it before the birds, depending on the behavior.